Good afternoon all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, November 17th. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of SPY, IWM, and triple Qs. Just to start off with real quick, apologize for no video this morning. Something came up that I couldn't avoid. There will not be a video Friday morning either, as I have an appointment. As far as today, very quiet day. SPY and ES have an inside day. It was a good day though. Had a good day. SPY and ES had an inside day. Triple Qs took back a lot of that sell. In fact, they took all of the sell tail back finally from the 9th, and they got the 8th high. The only thing they couldn't do is get to their all-time high. They attempted to go trend to the upside twice today in C&E. Both times failed. They end with an 11 wide POC. Russell, horrible day Monday, good day Tuesday, bad day Wednesday. More of a B shape though. They attempted to go trend twice in B and F. Those failed. They end 10 wide. They did get within about 60 cents of both March's high, which I said they really want to stay above, and their 20-day moving average, and today held it. We end 12 wide in SPY. We missed a perfect POC by 1 penny. I'm in 2-cent increments. That's why it's showing 13 for 13. If you put it in ones, E missed B's high by 1 penny. So we end 12 wide. A little different MGI. It was a little conflicting. We took out the overnight low. However, we took out the IB high. So that kept me out of a bigger trade in I. But we'll go over that. Go over everything now. So A opened and basically drove straight down. I took a long the first time against the overnight low to 467 calls, which worked out. Then in B period, we couldn't take out A's low. And by the way, we go out with a poor low. We could, and I think ES has a poor high. I do not. I took it out by 2 cents. Again, I'm in 2-cent increments. But I think ES has both a poor low and a poor high. So we came down, couldn't take it out, but every push up with the ebb and flow, with value lower at the time, the indices down below the open, I scalped the 470 puts 3 times in B, which turned out to be nice trades. Then in E period, well, I was getting ready for lunch, so I kind of rushed myself. I didn't want to take a put right away because I didn't know what we were going to get the first time, right? We're taking out the IB. But I did take a small put play. I took the 471s up here. Came in a little bit, took it off. I was like, I'm going to get lunch. Actually, it was an F period. It was F. Took the short, went above E a little bit, came in, wasn't doing much. Like, I'm going to get lunch. Well, lo and behold, when I came back from lunch, we were already down below value high. I was like, wow, I certainly didn't expect F to make a new high in a day and almost trade the whole day's range. So that's a pretty big one I missed not being here. But what are you going to do? Then in H, I took a small long as we popped G's high. I thought we might get up to value high. Basically scratched on it. I made on some. It came back in, took the rest off. Basically scratched, but I turned out to be right because we did go to value high. And then I was looking for the afternoon rally high, which I thought would have been I, but M took it out. However, I took a 30 lot, 10, 10, and 10. The reason I didn't take the bigger lot, I fully expected to go back down to POC and most likely value low. However, even though we took out the overnight low, we did take out the IB high. If we had taken out the IB low and not the IB high, I would have not started with 10, 10, and 10. I would have started with probably 50 at least and maybe 100. Because then I thought the odds would overlap in the lower value, not seeing the opening, things of that nature would have absolutely been in my favor. But because the ENF did that, I was a little hesitant to take the big play right away. I was going to, however, if we did make a new high in I and we didn't get anything for it, take a size put play. But that never happened. It turned out to be a very nice trade because then in I, and I held it through J and started working it down and started piecing it off and took off some right around above J's low. So it turned out to be a very nice trade. Could have been a home run trade if I had 100. I only had 30, but that's okay. Same up here. That could have been a home run trade if I had bought 50 in F and stayed here instead of going to get lunch. Because I came in and it seemed to come in pretty good, pretty fast when I wasn't here. But it turned out to be a good day either way. As far as destinations, there are only 4 to the upside. The 12 wide POC, 468.34. Then 469.19, today's high. 470.49, yesterday's high. And then 470.65, weekly high, all-time high. For the downside, we don't have anything to today's low, 467.48, which is also a poor low. 467.07, yesterday's low. 467.04, 9 wide from the 15th. 466.23, daily low, poor low. So we have 2 poor lows out of the last 3 days. And I think ES might even have more. Then we have that trend day that we held very nicely from the 12th. 466.22 single prints get filled at 465.37. And then 465.34 single prints get filled at 18. And then that daily low of 464.40. 464.11, right. I thought I wrote it down wrong. So, what are we going to look for tomorrow? Well, it's an inside day. You come out of an inside day, you go with it and monitor it for continuation or lack of. I'm still calling the daily up. So let's go to the chart. Now, one thing buyers have to be a little disappointed by is we had an inside week up. We made a new high. We went above last week's high yesterday. I said I wasn't going to care one day. Well, now this is 2 days. We never even got anywhere near taking out the weekly high again. So that's a little disappointing. So the inside week up so far has been a failure with 2 days to go. But however, we are still one time framing up in the weekly for 6 weeks, including this week. So it's still very healthy. Nothing changes until you take out a weekly low. If we take out last week's low, different story. Because not only would that be an inside week up failed, you could have an inside week down then, and a possible outside week down. But that's getting ahead of ourselves. And then on the daily, a lot of people will call this balance now because we traded inside. I'm giving the bulls their due because we're one time framing up 4 days out of the last inside day. Remember, we had an inside day. You go with it and monitor it. Well, if you went with it the next day, 3 days in a row, boom, and you went and made a new all-time, just missed the all-time high. So if we come out of the inside day tomorrow to the upside, I think we should go make a new all-time high. If we come out of it to the downside, it's a good chance you're going to wipe out a bunch of these daily lows, at least 3 of them, maybe 4 of them, and then we see if we have any ability to get last week's low. And if you go for last week's low, which is 460.204, and we take it out, then we'll see if the 20-day moving average at some point becomes a target, or do we just come into balance. But bottom line is this. It'll be very important how the market acts when you come out of the inside day, and more importantly, if you get follow-through. Horrible volume again, 44 million shares. I hope you had a good day trading. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.